provides a context in which
And this is a
change
thing
can occur.
that
It
oftentimes
often
people will
provides the
come
means
in
by which
wanting
change
to talk about
occurs.
everything that's going wrong naturally.
At times, clinicians
and
directly address what's
be
happening
so
in the
used to things going wrong
client-clinician
that it's hard to
relationship.
even notice when something starts
This
to
me
go right.
and you in the
So,
here and now work
in the
may
interview where
focus on
Charles
the
talks
client,
about his
on the
sitting
relationship,
and watching the
or
Patriots
on the
game with
clinician's
Adam,
reactions to the process at the moment.
he could easily have just passed
Benny,
right over
you're
that
not
without
wearing your
noticing
hat.
that something different was happening.
What's that all about?
Now,
This is
that
the first
doesn't
time I met
mean
you
to
and
say that
you
the problem has
haven't had that
disappeared.
hat on.
It's more an
Does it
island of
look like,
possibility, an
if
island
I,
of positive.
this is what my hair would look like if it was short, if I
Something
had to
positive
shave it
happening.
all off.
And
I think I have to shave
it's
it all
always
off if I
important
go in the Air
for
Force.
I think
both
you would
the
have to
clinician
get a
and the
haircut.
client to have a
Yeah.
sense of
That would
what
be
the
different,
strengths
wouldn't
are
it?
that are
Yeah.
there. The strengths in the
But
family,
it's
the
okay.
strengths in the individual
So I wanna,
person,
you know,
because it's the
shampooing's
strengths that you're going to
faster.
want to build on. And so when you
But
focus on
that's
something
why
good that's happening, what you're
I
doing is underlining the
put my
strengths,
hair back
understanding
so maybe
what
they
the
won't make me
strengths
cut
are,
it.
and noting them so that they don't get
But you
blotted
tell
out
me,
by
do
the
you like it? Did you like
recurrent
it like
problems
this?
that happen.
Yeah, I actually think you would look good with short hair.
Yeah.
But I just can't help but wonder if you're not getting ready for a change by pulling your hair back. And then I also noticed that you asked me if I liked it. I wanted to know what that was all about. That's the first time you've asked me about my opinion, especially on how you look.
Yeah. Well, because I used, you know, like my grandma used to tell me, you know, she'd always like, spit on her hand and put it in my hair to make it right. And so, I mean, so now you know, because I think you would know what looks good or what would be right.
Boy, Charles, I can't help but notice how quiet you are today. You know, this feels like almost like the first time that you came in. You know, like just the way you're sitting with your arms crossed like that, and it's okay. I'm just noticing it. So it makes me wonder: is there something going on right here?
I thought this was about me and Adam.
Yeah.
Now you're asking me questions about my personal relationship with my wife.
Oh, last time when I asked you about that, about Emma,
Mm-hmm.
and felt like it was none of my business. Is that?
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Yeah.
Pause now and record how you might respond to Charles' anger.
So, made you mad, I guess, right? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, would it be better if I don't ask you about Emma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay. Because you're right, it's not what we agreed to do. I guess I asked you just because the very first time, remember, and you told me about how Emma said you ought to come in here? And it was more, I just was curious about it, but it was me stepping outside of what we agreed that we would talk about, right?
Curiosity killed the cat, right?
Right. Well, I wouldn't want you to think it was just idle curiosity, you know, but I do understand about your privacy, and I respect that.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me say a word about the time when Charles got upset at me for asking about his wife, and then came in the next time and was kind of monosyllabic. What happened was, as I remember, was I asked him what was going on that he was so quiet, and he said, in effect, you started asking questions that were none of your business. What I remember is that I began to explain why I asked him the question, or some of the words that he used made me feel like I didn't want to leave him with the feeling that I was just sort of wool gathering or being idly curious. And I started trying to explain why I asked the question. I wish I hadn't done that. It kind of, once I started down that path, I realized that was a mistake. And if I could do it over again, probably what I would say would be something like, that question really upset you, and I wonder what it was about my asking that bothered you so much and seemed so offensive to you, and could you tell me? And I won't do it again.